What's up, guys? What's going on, everybody? How are you all tonight? What's going on, everybody? What's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome to the True Trading Group live stream. I hope you guys appreciate that thumbnail. If you do not understand the context of that thumbnail, I don't know if we can be friends. Okay, but we had a huge week last week. GLSI, SLS, we had some really good action last week, some really good short squeezes. And now here we are coming into this week, and we are keeping that momentum going. Guys, another big one today, RUBY. Ruby was my big win of the day. I added some profits on REPH. Did take a loss early in the day on VERU. VERU actually trading higher after hours. As we start the day, as we start our live stream here. We just closed about 30 minutes ago, the after hour session, and VERU trading higher after the CEO was on CNBC with Jim Cramer for an interview. And the CEO said specifically that they did not need to raise more capital. So VERU actually came out with some positive news today. That saw the stock continue high. The stock massive run in the last couple of days from like $2.50. Now the stock is trading at $11.50. But the big thing for the stock today after hours was the fact that the CEO said that they do not need to raise more money. They got approved to start a phase 3 clinical trial. And it looks like they are not going to need to raise more money in order to conduct that phase 3 trial, which is what the CEO said on CNBC here today. He was on around 6:30 p.m. Eastern time with Jim Cramer, and that gave the stock an extra boost. Stock went right from $10 straight to $11.50 as soon as that news came out, or as soon as the CEO started to say that they did not need to raise additional capital. And you see the stock extending higher after hours. But I traded it way earlier in the day, way earlier in the day. And took a loss. I was 2 for 3 on the day today, but a solid day with a home run trade on RUBY, added to some of the profits on REPH. Today, another solid day, guys, as I continue to get paid on these small caps. Ever since that GLSI, I said that, I was going to be focusing on small caps, and small caps, we have not had a lot of good follow through moves in the last couple of weeks. Then you had that GLSI short squeeze, and you've gotten some really good follow through there since. And I'm just pulling profits out on them. So another really good day. The lessons that we're going to go over here tonight, guys, on this live stream is going to be specifically about recognizing support levels coming out of trading halts. And I'm going to explain to you the difference between strong support and weak support. Okay. These are the lessons that allowed me to capitalize on my RUBY trade, which was my biggest winner of the day. I will recap all of my trades for you. I'm going to recap VERU, I'll recap REPH, and I will recap RUBY. But RUBY was my big money maker today. Home run trade, guys, 26% gain on that trade. Okay, so again, we are going to be talking. We're going to be talking about those 3 recaps, guys. And before I do get things started, I want to make sure that if you guys are brand new, if this is your first time here to the channel, make sure that you subscribe to the channel, turn on those notifications, make sure you guys never miss out on any of these live streams, because I always do these lives. Right, I'm always doing these lives. I'm always answering questions. I'm going over trade ideas, trade recaps. I'm also providing you guys with educational golden nuggets on all of these live streams. And we've got another live stream here tonight with some more golden nuggets, which is going to be, again, identifying support levels coming out of trading halts and telling the difference between a strong support level and a weak support level. Okay, so welcome, guys. My name is Michael Edward. I'm the head trader at True Trading Group. Began my trading career working at a hedge fund on Wall Street, managed just under $500 million at the fund, went on to receive a Trader of the Year award, and the education that I received at that fund is what I have simplified and I teach on to all of my members in the TTG fam. So welcome. You are in luck if you have just found us. Get your notebooks out, because we're going to be covering a lot of good stuff on this live. Before we do get things going, I want to start off this live the same way we start off every live, and that is with a blanket open floor Q&A session. Okay, we're going to give some time for people to log on and give some time for people to join the stream. And while I wait for that, we are going to, yeah, nice, guys. I see a bunch of your comments. Nice, Lance. Way to go, my man. Yeah, I'm seeing a bunch of your people's comments, guys. A lot of people capitalized on those trades today, so congratulations. Congratulations. All right. So go ahead, guys. Fire away. Ask me questions. I am here for you. While we give some time for people to log on. How do I think VERU will do tomorrow? I think VERU trades higher tomorrow. The stock is now at all-time highs. So that like that 1025 area, all right, that 1025 area was previously all-time highs. We are now above that, trading significantly higher than that level here now after hours. And now I'm really looking at like that. Look at that 1025 area to hold support. Look at that 1025 area to hold support tomorrow if you get a little bit of a pullback. Sammy Peter says, when you decide to enter a trade, do you text TTG members? Sammy, I do one better. So guys, before I enter a trade, before I enter a trade, I come live on the microphone and I tell everybody that I am about to enter the trade before I actually enter it. I tell you where I'm going to buy the stock. I tell you where I'm going to sell the stock. Then when my order actually executes and my order fills, a push notification pops up in our chat room and with an audio alert as well. And at the same time on our mobile app, you get a push notification sent through our mobile app real time, no delays. Then on top of that, you also receive a text message. And then for swing trades, you will also receive an email. Which source did you use to learn about Kramer and VERU? It was great info, and I got good trade. Oh, nice, Alex, way to go, man! So you capitalized on that that VERU trade. I have CNBC on my TV all day long, and Jim Cramer came on, and Jim Cramer said, "Guys, I'm going to be interviewing this company later tonight on the Mad Money show." So that was how I was able to know that the CEO was going to be on. And that's when I told all of our members. I told all of our members on VERU after hours. I told them, guys, that it was a pretty good trade setup there. After hours with the CEO going on, I told everybody that the thing you're going to want to listen for is does the CEO talk about their funding situation? Like, do they need to raise more capital or are they set? And I said, if they say that they're set, they don't need to raise more capital, that takes the risk of an offering off the table, and the stock should have room to move higher. And that's exactly what happened. The stock was at $10 when the CEO started talking about their funding. And as soon as he said that, nope, we're good, we don't need to raise, the stock just ripped right to 1150. Nice, Jacob. Good stuff. Joe Sotomayor says, how do you trade after hours? So not everybody has the ability to trade after hours or pre-market. You got to make sure that with your broker that you have access to trade after hours or pre-market. All right. So you just got to make sure that you get just make sure that you get access with your broker. So if you do not have the ability to trade after hours or pre-market, just contact your broker and ask them to give you the access. Do you do limit orders to buy stock quickly? No, to buy stock quickly, I use a market order. GV says, hey, Mike, what are your levels on VERU? 1025 support. Look for 1025 support tomorrow on VERU. Massimo, Mike, will Palantir 5X in the next 2 to 3 years? I don't think it 5Xs, no. Palantir, in order for Palantir to 5X, they've got to get other clientele. Like Palantir's business is really based on government contracts and they do a lot of work with the government. They've got to get a bigger, like if you really want a company to grow exponentially, you need private. You need private markets, you need private clients, you need to get out there. And the majority of Palantir's business is through the government. Not saying that I'm not bullish on the stock. I'm saying, but a 5X, a 5x in 2 years, I mean, they better expand pretty quickly into other markets. Just sitting with government work is not enough, I think, to make the company 5x in 2 years. No. Nope, the wolf's not on tonight, guys. What chart patterns do or what time frames? Yeah, Wiggy, thank you. I use a 3-minute, a 5-minute, a 15-minute. I'll also check an hourly, and then I also use the daily and weekly charts, guys. I do not use 1-minute candles. I think that only scalpers should use 1-minute candles. I'm not a scalper. Scalpers are traders that are in and out within seconds. So like they'll buy a stock, they'll sell it 45 seconds later. That's not my trading style. My day trades last several minutes to several hours long. I also do swing trade. So unless you are a scalper, I don't think anyone should use 1-minute candles. I think there's too much noise. There's too many false signals on the 1-minute candle if you are not a scalper. If you are a scalper, then you should be using 1-minute candles. What's your biggest indicator of a potential short squeeze? There's not one. There's not one. You know, this is the problem with a lot of people are always looking for like one specific signal, and there isn't one for anything. There's not one specific signal to tell you stock's going up, not one to tell you it's going down, not one to tell you you're going to get a short squeeze. It's a combination of a lot of things. Like the biggest indicator for me with the short squeeze was GLSI. GLSI was the absolute perfect storm scenario for a short squeeze, and we crushed it. Absolutely crushed that trade. My initial entry was 17 and change and ended up selling out at 47. Obviously, the stock went to 158. Nobody expected the stock to go to 158. I thought the stock had $50, $60 short squeeze potential when it was in the teens. And the reason for that is, like, how do I determine a short squeeze? It's a culmination of a lot of things, guys. It's, you know, does the stock have a small float? Yes or no? Okay, small float, that increases the chances of a short squeeze. A strong fundamental catalyst, that increases the chances of a short squeeze. And then overall complacency and confidence by short sellers in general, meaning you have a slow small cap market where you're not getting follow through in small caps, where you get one move and the stock just kind of fades away the rest of the day. All of those things add to a perfect storm scenario for a short squeeze. And that's why we were able to call that out on the GSLI or I forgot the ticker symbol already. GSLI or GLSI or whatever. I'll probably never trade the stock again. Okay, but it was the perfect scenario of it was the perfect storm for a short squeeze, guys. Explain your thoughts on Zoom puts this AM. Listen, Zoom is a technical setup, but the Zoom put idea, guys, is a technical setup that may be delayed because of what's going on with COVID. You know, you had Mayor de Blasio in New York City today say that New York City should prepare for a total and complete lockdown. Crazy. They've already closed indoor dining in New York City. Half of the restaurants in New York City are going to go out of business now because of this. It's really, really scary in New York City, to be completely honest with you. You know, any restaurant or business that survived the March and April lockdowns were able to then reopen and get by outdoor dining and then indoor dining 25% capacity. But now, guys, it's 38 degrees in New York City tonight. Not many people are going to be sitting outdoors eating when it's 38 degrees outside. So to close indoor dining completely is a death sentence for a lot of these restaurants. And then you had Mayor Bill de Blasio come out today and say that, you know, New York City should prepare for a complete total lockdown. I think that had a lot to do with the overall weakness in the market today in general. We had a big gap up today as people were excited about Pfizer's vaccine being distributed and people starting to get vaccinated today. And then that statement from de Blasio, I think, just really took the wind right out of the sails today in the market. And the market is now starting to realize, okay, well, vaccine news was priced in. Now it's on to stimulus, and where are we at with stimulus? And we don't have anything yet. We really don't have any significant headway or significant updates regarding stimulus. And if we're going to go into another lockdown mode, God knows we need stimulus and we need it now. You've got the Federal Reserve, the Fed meeting here coming up tomorrow and Wednesday. And that is going to be, you're going to hear them say again that we need stimulus. We need stimulus from a fiscal standpoint, not a monetary standpoint. You're going to hear that from Fed Chairman Powell. That's a given. So the news cycle and market, direction is going to shift now back to stimulus. You guys remember how fun that was when it was like almost basically every single day. It was Secretary Mnuchin and Nancy Pelosi have a 30-minute phone call. Seems like it went well. Markets rally 2 points. Then 45 minutes later, Nancy Pelosi gives a public statement and says, we're still very far apart. Markets pull back 2 points. And then you get at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, Mitch McConnell comes out with a public statement and says, I think we can get something done. I'm going to present something here tomorrow. Markets rally back. And then Secretary Mnuchin comes out with a public statement and says, we're still pretty far apart. And the markets pull back. You guys remember that whipsaw, yo-yo type action that we had leading up to the election with all the stimulus headlines, and get ready for more of that. Get ready for more of that, because the vaccine news is now, it's old news. It's old news. As crazy as that sounds, it's old news. It's priced in. Okay, it is priced in, but what the market I don't think has priced in is another complete and total lockdown. To hear de Blasio say that New York City should prepare for a total lockdown, whoa. I don't think the market's priced in a total lockdown. And just all the more reason why we need stimulus now. So watch the market's attention to shift back towards stimulus headlines. Uh, 90 elections. Hey, how can I follow other moderators' trades that do swing trades and option trades? Just wait for their alerts. That's all. Just wait for their alerts. So all of our moderators will send out, all of our moderators, whenever our moderators enter or exit a trade, a push notification goes out on our mobile app telling you which moderator is entering and exiting which trade. So all you have to do is just pay attention to the, all you have to do is pay attention to the trade alerts that come out, because every trade alert will start off with the trader's name. So if it's my alert, it'll say Michael Edward, and it'll say long, whatever stock, whatever. If it's the Wolf, it'll say Wolf, and then whatever. If it's Jay Downing, it'll say Jay Downing. Okay, so if you're looking for swing trades specifically, Jay Downing only does swing trades. The Wolf swing trades a lot. I also do swing trade, but I do day trade more often than I swing. If I do enter a swing trade, my alerts will specifically say Michael Edward, swing trade, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so that's all you have to do is just follow the alerts from Jay Downing. If you're looking for swing trade specifically, and then options, you've got Chris Toner and the Wolf. And then if you see something from me that specifically says swing trade. Nope. Do I think BCDA will recover tomorrow after the offering? No, I do not. Yeah, I'll just, never mind. I'll just skip that one. Ooh, if you can tell your younger self one thing, what would it be? It would be to control my risk way, way earlier in my career. Earlier in my career, I never had a problem with big wins, but I also had very big losses. I was a bit of a cowboy. I was a bit of a hothead. I had a lot of success very early on in my career. I mean, you guys have to realize I was in my early 20s working at a fund on Wall Street. So it was, I took shots, and I would refuse to admit that I was wrong. And, it wasn't until I got my losses under control and I started to actually control my risk is where I really started to catapult myself as a trader. So, you know, if I could tell my younger self something, it would be to kind of to reel myself in and kind of stop with the cowboy trades sooner and really be able to control my risk earlier on. No, I don't recommend staying away from all. I don't recommend staying away from all options. No, no, definitely not. What about SPCE? SPCE, listen, SPCE, I'm not really, that's going to be a very volatile trade because of exactly what happened here with SPCE with their failed flight. That stock is going to be susceptible to some wild moves based on news headlines. Expect there to be more issues with their flights. Expect there to be more issues with their testing, their technology. Expect there to be, you know, unfortunately, you know, crashing incidents, you know, fatal incidents with everything while the company goes through and develops this technology. So you're going to have these wild rides with SPCE. Long term, where you really need to be paying attention to SPCE, it's not the space travel, okay? First of all, it's not really even space travel. You go up to the top of the brink of the atmosphere for like a couple seconds or a minute, and then you come back down. You don't actually go like out and float around in outer space. You just kind of breach the top layer of our atmosphere, and then you can actually see outer space, and then you come back down to Earth. But where you really want to pay attention to with that company, if you're a long-term bull on Virgin Galactic and SPCE, your focus there really needs to be in their ability to develop this technology to a point where you can actually start taking commercial flights from, you know, California to Moscow in 45 minutes. That's really what you got. What you know, if that's a long-term, if SPCE is investable, okay, if SPCE is investable, that's what you guys have to be looking at. How do you change your strategy when trading in a hesitant market? So what I'll do in when like the markets are a little, when the markets have less follow through, when you say hesitant market, we'll just kind of talk about like if it's a hesitant market or if, you know, things are, you're not getting a lot of follow through. If it's a cold market, you can actually start to change your profit taking. So I take profit in tiers. So I have multiple profit targets when I enter a trade, 3 targets specifically. And in a normal environment, I'll take 25% of my position off at profit target 1, 50% at profit target 2, and then 25% at profit target 3. In a cold market where you're not getting any follow through, you can actually revert that to where you can take 50% of your profit off at profit target 1. So you're taking the bulk of your position off at the very first profit target, which will protect you against any failed moves. And if you're not getting really good follow through, it makes sense to take the bulk of your position off on the trade sooner because you're not getting that really big follow through. So you're not getting paid to hold on to your positions. So that's one way that you can adjust your strategy or your trading when markets get cold or markets get hot. And then when markets get hot, obviously you want to make sure that you keep the bulk of your position to get to profit target 2. No, yeah, I already talked about VERU, but but with the action that we got after hours today with the CEO being on Jim Cramer's show, look for 1025 to be support. 1025 is your previous all-time high. We are clean above that after hours. I expect the move after hours to hold tomorrow, and then you can look for 1025 to be support. Empower, Mike, what time frame do you use on the charts to find support and resistance levels? So I use a 3-minute, 5-minute, 15-minute, hourly, daily, and weekly chart. All right, here's all the EV questions. Here are the EV questions. Guys, I told you all 2 weeks ago to sell your EV stocks. I told you guys these stocks were going to pull back big. A lot of people didn't want to listen. A lot of people told me that I was stupid. A lot of people told me I didn't know what I was talking about. A lot of people told me NIO was going to 100. Everybody said, oh, guy, all these EV stocks. I told you guys to take profits on these EV stocks. A lot of people didn't want to listen to me. Now they're stuck holding bags on these. Listen, if you're long these stocks because you believe that they're going to go on to become, legit players in the EV space, then great. Hold on to those positions if it's a long-term investment. But if you guys were looking to actively trade these things, now you're stuck in these positions. These stocks have pulled back 30%, 40% from highs, from 70 down to 40. If I'll just go to the charts real quick so we could just take a look at some of these stocks. I told you guys that this was going to happen. You have from NIO from 57 down to 41. You have XPEV from 74 all the way down to 43. You had LI from 47 all the way down to 30. So you're getting pullbacks on those stocks. You do have some other EV plays that are holding up a little bit better. BLNK is holding up better. SBE is holding up a little bit better. What was the other? Oh, QS has pulled back significantly. Guys, QS from 87 all the way down to 55. And I still think this stock has a little bit more room to the downside. But I actually do like QS. So like QS, I actually like long-term. SBE, I like long-term. I do like NIO long-term as well. But I think that if you want to be long these stocks, I think these are good areas. If you want to be long-term, I think these are good areas for you guys to start getting your positions. Okay. Now, if you're already long these stocks from somewhere in here and you never, you didn't sell anything, you didn't take any profit, and now you're holding while you're down on these positions, it's all about what your time frame. If your time frame is, you think these stocks are going to be something in the next 5 to 10 years as the EV market continues to grow, then hold on to them if they're long-term investments. If they're active trades, don't just let your money sit there, dead money. Take it out, put it somewhere else, put it to use somewhere else if you're doing it as an active trade. Okay, but if it's a long-term investment, I think these are good areas for you to start to buy these stocks. How many trades did I make today, Charles Parks? I made 3 trades today. Yes, I'm still planning on shorting Zoom. But if we go into, if you start to see more lockdowns, then that should hold Zoom up. So you just got to be careful. What about Tesla? I think Tesla is going to cool off after the S&P inclusion. Maybe the stock has one more pop. I think maybe the stock has one more pop in it, maybe push back through 650. But I think that after it gets added to the S&P, I think that you're going to start to see a little bit of a pullback on the stock. I think that you guys have to understand something. This stock went from like 420 to 650 once the news came out that they were being added to the S&P. I'll take you guys to the charts on this one now. Okay, so here we guys have, this is the news of Tesla being added to the S&P. Okay, the stock went from 415 all the way to 650. That is a ridiculous move. Again, from $415 to 650. Okay, on the back of that news. That is a massive, massive move. And I think this is due to all of the funds that had to come in, all these funds that track the S&P. They've got to add a weighting now of Tesla to their portfolio and their holdings if they're going to track the S&P. And that put in motion about $100 billion worth of trades that had to come in and buy Tesla, and the stock has surged higher. I think it's possible you can see Tesla give you one more surge, maybe even try to get up towards 680 or so, but then once it actually gets added to the S&P, I expect all this excess valuation. That's what this is. This is excess valuation. Okay, this is excess valuation. Tesla is now valued at a higher market cap than Berkshire Hathaway. Okay, nobody can make an argument for me that that's actually something that makes sense. I think that this is a move that was put in place or was put in motion because of the $100 billion worth of trades that had to take place after the announcement of them being added to the S&P. And I think once it's actually added and once it is now part of the S&P, I think some of this excess valuation gets shaved off a little bit. Okay, so I think you can have maybe one more pop on Tesla, and then they get added to the S&P, and then I think I'm not expecting like a panic sell-off, guys. Don't get me wrong. I'm not thinking like, oh my God, Tesla's going to crash. No, I just think that some of this excess valuation can get shaved off a little bit. That's all. What do I think about American Airlines? Listen, I like the airlines. The airlines have had large moves over the last, the last month, really. They've had some really large moves with the vaccine. Now that the vaccine news is kind of behind us, I think the airlines have seen their rally. I think they're really going to cool off. And then once you get, into probably the spring of next year, I think you'll see another rally come out of the airlines. But I think the airlines have had a really nice run over the last month and a half, and I think it's time for them to cool off. Favorite current long trade position that I own is AMD. AMD is one of my favorite longs. I also really like PSTG. I assume you're asking me about, aside from the obvious, my biggest holdings are Apple, Amazon, Google, Facebook, and Microsoft. Those are my top 5 biggest holdings. I also own a lot of Qualcomm, AMD, NVIDIA, PayPal. I own a lot of those stocks, but obviously aside from that, but those are like your obvious holdings, right? Like those are the obvious stocks that everybody owns. But some of my hidden gems, I think is, well, AMD is not really hidden anymore, but I've owned AMD since, I don't even know, the 20s or 30s, maybe. That stock's now at 95. So that's one of my favorites. PSTG is another one that I really like for long-term holds. OXY, I do own OXY. I'm up big on that position. That's obviously going to be a lot higher of a risk play. Anything that's tied to energy is going to be much higher risk, but I actually think energy is going to outperform in at least the first half of 2021. Nino Carter Entertainment says, what's the best algorithm to use to predict stock prices? None. Doesn't exist. Any mutual funds? Yes. I own a ton of mutual funds. Man, I own a bunch with Fidelity. I own a bunch JP Morgan. I would say Fidelity and Vanguard are two of the top money managers. And if you're looking for consistency, I think Fidelity and Vanguard are two of the top fund managers and wealth managers that are out there. What do you recommend for a computer setup? How many screens and such? You at least need 2 screens. All right, you at least need 2 screens. I've got 3 screens and a laptop. Nice, John Webb, my man. John Webb says, today was my first day following you on the 7-day trial. Killed VERU because of the coursework, made 25% this morning, 40% this afternoon, and held some overnight. Best day in a year. John Webb, hell yeah, baby. Hell yeah. That's what I'm talking about. John, I guess I'll be seeing you in chat from now on then, my man. I'll be seeing you in chat. Not going to be a trial member for much longer. Do you like the ARK ETF? Donald Holt. Yes. The ARKK. Yes, I do. The thing that I do not like, there's one thing I don't like about ARK. It is extremely overweight Tesla. Almost 10% of that fund is in Tesla. I don't necessarily, I think that's way too high of a weighting for any fund to have one sole position. Now, obviously, that weighting has gone up because Tesla's share price has gone up so much. So I would like to see that fund actually start to rebalance that portfolio because 10% in position is way too heavy. So I would like to see some rebalancing be done there. But I do love the ARK ETF, ARKK. Yeah, I do like NNDM. What about Jets? Yeah, I think you can wait for Jets. Jets is the airline ETF. I think you can wait for Jets. They've made a huge move in the month of November on the back of the vaccine news. If you're buying it now, you missed a huge rally. I would wait for it to pull back. Like as the COVID cases get worse, like if we do go into more lockdowns, you're going to see all those airlines are going to pull back in because people are going to, no one's going to be traveling, no one's going to be flying if you go back into lockdown. So I would say to wait maybe to see if you can get a pullback. If you're buying now, if you're buying now, I think it's too. I think you're paying too high a price. Yeah, yes, Jackie. Berkshire is extremely overweight. Apple, but Berkshire, we're not, we're you're talking about something completely different. That wasn't the question about ETFs. What price would make you want Airbnb? My God. Uh, I don't know, $75. Like Airbnb, I pleaded with everybody not to buy the Airbnb IPO. If you did not listen to me and you are holding a bag, I don't feel bad for you. I don't feel bad for you if no one listened to me on Airbnb. I told you guys to stay away from Airbnb. I told you guys that this IPO was way too overvalued, made absolutely no sense whatsoever, the valuation of this IPO. And I said to stay away from it. And you were seeing this stock just getting decimated after this IPO. So I don't want to hear people say, oh my God, this stock's up 128%. No, it's not. Okay, no, it's not. Yeah, it's up 100 something percent on the IPO for institutional investors that bought pre-IPO shares. For the retail investor that came in and bought this stock when it went public, they're getting their ass handed to them right now. People that own this stock at 150, 155, 160, 145, 152, stock's at 126. Okay, the stock's been only trading for a couple of days and the stock has already pulled in this much. This stock is way too overvalued for me. I was talking about that since the day before it went public. And then the day that it actually IPO'd, when I saw where that stock was opening on IPO day, I warned everybody in True Trading Group to stay away from Airbnb. It is way, way too overvalued. DoorDash also way too overvalued. I am actually getting concerned about the valuation of some of these IPOs that are coming out of these markets, these IPOs, these SPAC plays. Concerning to see some of the valuation that's coming out on some of these stocks. Green or red day tomorrow? I have absolutely no idea. Sell Moderna or Pfizer? Yes, I think so. No, I'm not going to buy Roblox. They actually just postponed their IPO. Malik Jackson, Roblox just postponed their IPO. They're not going public now for quite a while. They just postponed it. Cheapest stocks you're willing to trade? I don't know, $1. Probably $1. I don't really trade like the real cheap stocks. Like you're not going to see me buy like a 20, 30, 40, 50 cent stock. I like Plug. I like Plug. I like Plug long term, PLUG. I do like Plug long term. By HGEN. I don't know anything about HGEN. I'm not really sure. I love Walmart. I like Walmart long term. I like Walmart. So Walmart launched a new delivery service. Is that good for entry? I like Walmart. The reason why I like Walmart is that I see innovation and creativity, and the desire to kind of be at the forefront, and think outside the box from their management team. When they were included in the TikTok discussions, I think Walmart has done a fantastic job of integrating technology into kind of the brick and mortar. And I think that you're going to have to in order to survive. And Walmart is right up there, challenging, or not really challenging, because I mean, Amazon is Amazon. They're a far cry away from any of their competition, but Walmart is going that same route. And I really do like Walmart. Yeah, I don't trade crypto, guys. I don't trade crypto. Looks like MJ stocks went lethargic now. What's your opinion? Yeah, good. Honestly, good. I mean, guys, those cannabis stocks made a huge run. They made a huge run. You want to see them. You want to see them. Guys, stocks can't just go straight up forever. Stocks can't just go straight up forever, guys. I mean, you had the cannabis stocks. They all got hot and great, and we caught that run on a lot of those names. A lot of people in True Trading Group made boku bucks on those cannabis names. 100% gains on a lot of those positions. And now, those stocks, if they cool off a little bit, good. Good. Let them cool off. Let them pull back. Let them kind of go out of the news cycle, because that's when you want to start to buy the stocks, when they're not in the news cycle. You want to be, booking profits when they're in the news cycle. You want to be buying them when no one's paying attention to them. ABBV, one of my favorites. I own ABBV. It's one of my favorite dividend paying stocks I own in my portfolio. I was telling everybody in True Trading Group to buy that stock around $84, $85. That stock is now trading, I believe, what is it, 115, 110, 109, something like that? 105, 105. So I was telling everybody to buy the stock right in here. And then now you can see this nice little rally that we see here in ABBV. They pay a nice solid dividend. This is one of my favorite dividend paying stocks that I do own. So I do like ABBV very much. You at UCO? I don't know if it's the same person or if just a bunch of other people are asking me about UCO. This is not something that you want to hold on to for an extended period of time. Okay, this is not something you want to hold on to for an extended period of time. You have clear resistance at $35. If it gets above $35, maybe it makes a move to 38, but this is not something you want to hold on to for an extended period of time. Do you think it feels like a good portion of the market is overvalued and we are due for a correction? To me, it kind of feels like there's no real big time deals left in the market, and a minimum, or just me. I do. I do think the markets are a little overvalued. I think the markets are overvalued right now in the sense that they're pricing in the best case scenario. And as yes, Mike from Twitter is asking, is this live? Yes, Mike, this is live. So, I think the markets are overvalued in the sense that they're pricing in best case scenario. They're not taking into account any issues with the vaccine. God forbid we have some type of allergic reaction with a large grouping of people that took the vaccine, or if there's some type of supply disruption or some manufacturing disruption on Pfizer's part or Moderna's part. We're not taking into account any of that. The market's not really looking in or taking into account any additional true lockdowns. and the market has assumed that we're going to get fiscal stimulus. Now, a lot of those things could not work out perfectly, and that can rattle markets a little bit. But when all is said and done, I do think that, the vaccine gets distributed, the population gets vaccinated, we reach herd immunity by maybe Q3 of next year. And then we have stimulus by maybe February of this year, maybe, so hopefully sooner. People need it. People need stimulus. So hopefully we get it sooner. But eventually, once the vaccine is being distributed and the population is being vaccinated and people, things are opening back up and we get more stimulus, I do think that the stimulus with zero interest rates, fiscal stimulus, monetary stimulus, and the vaccine, I think all of those things factored together actually do push markets higher next year. And I think you're going to see a disconnect between the regular economy and the stock market. I think you're going to see a lot of bankruptcies. You're going to see a lot of businesses that are going to go under. You're going to see a lot of restaurants certainly are going to close. I wouldn't be surprised 50% of all the restaurants in New York City close. There's a lot of different stats and reports that are coming out now talking about, I read something today, 50%, another report said 60% of restaurants are in danger of going under. So like if that starts to happen, like you wouldn't associate market at all-time highs with something like that. You wouldn't associate, a 7-8% unemployment rate with markets at all-time highs. So I think you can get this disconnect with the stock market next year with the actual economy. But the stimulus and the zero interest rate environment can just continue to inflate asset prices, which is going to continue to push equities higher. People are not going to put their money in bonds. That's for sure. It's dead money if you put it in bonds. You still have a lot of money on the sidelines. It has to be put to work. And if they're looking for alpha, they're going to find it in equities. They're not going to find it in treasuries or bonds. So I think that you're going to have the stock market's going to push higher. 2021, I think S&P gets to 4,000. And then I think maybe 2022-ish, whenever inflation starts to raise its ugly head, then I think whenever the Federal Reserve says, okay, we got to start to raise rates, that's when I think you get the next big downturn in the markets. Yeah, guys, if a company goes bankrupt, your equity holders are last in line. Your equity holders are last in line. Any thoughts on January 5th with the Dems and Republicans Senate race in Georgia? Yeah. I have to assume that if the Democrats take control of the Senate, I have to assume the markets pull in because the markets rallied after the election when we had gridlock. The markets love gridlock. The markets like having Republicans control one area and Democrats control the other. The markets like that. It kind of keeps everybody in line. The markets, I don't think, are going to like either way. It doesn't matter if it's Democrat or Republican. This is not a political discussion. This is just the markets like balance. The markets don't like to have, White House, House of Reps, and Senate all controlled by Democrats. They wouldn't like it if they were all controlled by Republicans either. So the markets like gridlock. So when you see what the markets did after the election, I think the markets would have done that regardless of who won the election. And I think that just based on that alone, I think that I would have to assume that if we rallied off the fact that we had gridlock, I think that you would see a pullback if that gridlock went away. You would start to hear a lot of talk about, increased taxes, increased capital gains tax, increased corporate tax rate, which would then obviously cut into earnings. And then earnings guidance would all have to be adjusted for 2021. So, the markets trade on future earnings expectations. Those earnings would have to be readjusted. If Democrats take over control of the Senate, you would see a complete readjustment on future earnings guidance for 2021, and they would be forecasted lower because if they have to pay a higher corporate tax rate, that's going to directly eat into earnings. So earnings expectations for 2021 would be lowered, which would then cause obviously less upside in in equities in general. So that's why you'll probably see a little bit of a pullback if you have that happen. Mike, how do you keep your energy and focus and always delivering your A game? It's because I love this shit. Like, honestly, that's why I love this stuff. Guys, I can talk about this. I can talk about this until I'm blue in the face. There's two things I'll never turn down, and that's a discussion on sports or stocks. All right, guys. So I think that pretty much wraps it up there for our Q&A. I gave some time for people to log on. I want to see just real quick, guys, who here is brand new to trading? If you guys are brand new to trading, go ahead and type the number 1 in chat right now. We got New York, Jimmy D, Trevor Johnson, JT then Drac, DNX, Quasi, Sagittarius, Edwin, Andrew, Shay, Joe, Malik, John, Darren, KJ Baldwin, Jeremy, Beans, New York City, OG, Kareem, David McAllister, David Franco, Inglis Bennett, Godsent, Mo Baba, Mark Storch, Charles Perk, Andrew, Dung, Arnold, Allison Cole. We got a lot. Alex, Gary Hovey, I Landry, Valerie Joseph, Super 007, Dankis Casado, the 360 Tech, Arvel Reyes, Zach Hendershot, LJ Brown. I should get an award for my pronunciation on a lot of these names, I think. I do a damn good job. Yo, my boy Nas, what's good? Parwez, Ivan, Mark Peterson, Ivan, Nick Prelovich. I don't know if that one was correct. See, I got cocky. Norman. All right, what's going on, guys? Beautiful. Guys, for all of you that we have a lot of newbies here that are with us today, my newbies, guys, real quick, go ahead, type for me what your goals are with trading. I want you guys to type your goals in chat for me real quick. All of you that just typed the number 1, go ahead, tell me what are your goals. You guys are all, looking to become consistently profitable traders. What are your goals? Growth, 300 a day. Have no boss, get a house. Will the New York Jets win a game this year? No. Become financially independent, make $5K a month, provide options for my family. No boss, growth, financial freedom, and be like Mike, freedom from the 9 to 5, pay off some debt, race our McLarens. Okay, I like that. I'm always down for a good race. Pay for my daughter's wedding. Amen to that. Extra income to be Bobby Axelrod. Knowledge. Financial security for my family. Become a THD mod. Take a vacation. Good, guys. Really good. Very nice, guys. Good. I'm glad. Yeah. Holistic strength. Amen to that. If we've learned anything in 2020, right? If we've learned anything from 2020, it's to never rely on others for my income. If we've learned anything from 2020, the beauty about becoming a consistently profitable trader, guys, is to not have to rely on others for income. I mean, if that doesn't say it all right there, that's probably one of the best goals that we can say. And that's what being a consistently profitable trader is all about. That is what being a consistently profitable trader, guys, is all about. There's, you can be the best employee that you can possibly be. And all of a sudden you can have your entire livelihood taken away from you because of a global pandemic. And unfortunately, it has happened to millions of people all over the world, where their livelihoods and their ability to earn has been stolen from them because of this global pandemic. And when I think about what it means to be a consistently profitable trader, and you look back and you see, and I think about all of the members that we have in True Trading Group that were greatly affected, whose income was greatly affected, whether it was their own business or their employer or whatever it was, who seemingly almost overnight had their income either completely taken away or drastically reduced. And it just makes you realize that relying on other people to be able to earn a living is something that is completely unreliable. And becoming a consistently profitable trader, there truly is no limit to your upside. If you're, let's say, a school teacher, for example, my sister's a high school English teacher. She could be the best school teacher on the face of the earth. There's a limit to her earning potential. Okay, there's a limit to her earning potential. And that is the case with the majority of professions that are out there, not with trading. If you are the best trader out there, there's no stopping you from making 100, 200, 500, a million, 2 million, 5 million, 10 million. Nothing stopping you. Nothing stopping you. Okay, there's nothing stopping you. And it might sound cliche, but the potential truly is unlimited. And these are the things that are possible with becoming a consistently profitable trader. We have a lot of TTG members. I'm not going to ask people to comment. I'll leave it up to them if they want to. But we have a lot of True Trading Group members that had either they lost their business or they lost their job due to COVID, and they've been able to make ends meet and pay bills and not miss a beat by being able to earn an income by trading stocks and options because of the education that they received at True Trading Group and becoming a consistently profitable trader. So like I said, I'll leave it to any TTG members. If you guys, that's some personal info. If you want to comment, go ahead. I'm going to ask you to. But if you want to, you guys can comment in chat if that relates to you or if that's something that you've gone through. And it's something that, like I said, to be able to not have to rely on anybody else and to be able to just say, hey, I'm going to wake up every morning and I'm going to do this for myself and only myself and my family. That's a beautiful thing to be able to do. And that's what becoming a consistently profitable trader can do for you. Aside from, being able to work from anywhere in the world, as long as you have internet, you can work. And that's a beautiful thing. That's a really, really beautiful thing, guys. All right. So that's what it really means to become a consistently profitable trader. All right. And that is what a professional education can help do for you. You're not just going to wake up one day and become consistently profitable. You have to get an education. It's just like any other skill that you're trying to acquire. You're not going to just go magically become, this $1,000 an hour attorney. You've got to learn. You've got to go to law school. You're not going to go just become some, world-renowned neurosurgeon. You've got to go to medical school. You have to learn how to do these things. You're not just going to go become, the world's greatest bricklayer. You've got to get an education. You got to get training. You're not going to become a plumber or an electrician or a hairstylist or a barber or a physical therapist, or you're not going to become any of those without some type of training. You're not going to become a cop or a fireman without some type of training. You're not going to become a Marine without any type of training. Any skill set that any skill that you're going to acquire throughout the course of your life requires some type of training. Trading is no different. And that is what I guarantee you will get access to as a member of True Trading Group. It's a professional education. Okay, that's what makes all the difference. This is not a gimmick. This is not some special secret that no one knows about, but only I'm going to give it to you because I just love everyone so much. I'm just going to give you my secret. It's total BS, man. The only thing that will help you guys become consistently profitable, the only secret to becoming consistently profitable is that there is not a secret. It's just professional education. And that's what I teach you guys. The same thing that I was taught while working at a hedge fund. All right. Guys, go ahead and give me a follow there on Twitter. My Twitter handle is right there at the bottom of your screen. It is at MikeEdward_TTG. Right there at the bottom. Give me a follow on Twitter, guys. At MikeEdward_TTG. I'm always posting cool stuff on Twitter, so make sure you guys go ahead and give me a follow. All right. Now, let's get into my trade recaps on the day. All right, let's get into my trade recaps in the day. I want to start to talk about, guys, we're going to go over, we're going to recap everything. Wow. Guys, Taurus Trader, thank you for sharing this, my man. Really, thank you for sharing this. 8 months ago, I lost my construction company. 2 months ago, I did not know how I was going to heat my house. or have one, or what I was going to do to feed my family. Thanks to TTG, it is getting easy. Wow, man. Wow. Taurus Trader, I can't even begin to explain to you, or I can't even begin to try to put into words, what it means to know that TTG has been able to impact you and your family's lives in a positive light like that. I can't even begin to put it into words. Like, reading messages like this is why I do this every single day. Reading messages like this is why from the minute I wake up until the minute I close my eyes, I'm living, breathing, eating, sleeping True Trading Group. It's for messages like that. It's for messages like that. And reading a message like that makes me feel 10 times more joy than catching a GLSI short squeeze any day, any day. That's why I do it. And I hate, like, I get so, I really don't get that angry, because it really means nothing to me when people make comments similar to what I'm about to say. But like, when I have someone that says, well, Mike, if you're such a good trader, why do you bother with True Trading Group? Screw you, man. This is why, literally right there, that comment right there. That's why I bother with True Trading Group. Taurus Trader, man, thank you for sharing that. I know that's some personal information. And like I said, God bless you and your family. And I'm proud of you and the strides that you have made as a trader. And to know that True Trading Group has been able to positively, impact you and your family's lives means the world to be part of that journey. And, you said that things are getting easier. Well, keep it up. Keep up putting up the heart. Keep putting in the work, and you'll never think about going back to construction ever again, my brother. All right. Amen to that. All right. So guys, with that being said, I want to move on now and kind of recap my trades on the day. We've got 3 trades I'm going to go over with you. I'm 2 for 3 on the day today. Big win on Ruby. Ruby was the home run trade. REPH, I added some profits on top of that. And then I took a loss on VERU. I lost, it was a 3% loss on VERU. That was my very first trade of the day. So we'll talk about that first, and then we'll get into REPH, which was my second trade of the day, which was a small win. And then not really a small win. I mean, I was a double. I was able to take the bulk of my position off the table for some nice solid gains on that. And then Ruby was the home run. So I'm going to recap all 3 of the trades. And then the lesson that we're going to go over, the technical lessons, are going to really be based on Ruby. And the lessons there are going to be how to identify support levels coming out of a halt, and how to determine if a support level is strong or weak. All right. So that's what we're going to be talking about here today. So let's dive in, guys. Let's get into the charts. Okay, let's get into the charts, the chats. Let's get to the chats. All right, first, VERU. All right, VERU was the first trade of the day. We got to go all the way back to the morning, and here we go. So here we go. VERU was on the watch list today, guys, because of the big gap up. I told you guys on last night on my live stream. How many of you were on my live stream last night? I specifically said to you last night, guys, VERU, have it on watch tomorrow, meaning today, that I thought that stock had a chance to do a gap up, and it has further room to the upside. The stock at the time was trading at around $6.50 when we said that on my live stream last night. And we get this big gap up today to $10. Company's got some news, and it was on the watch list for today. Now, let me explain to you guys what happened here on VERU. VERU was not doing what I wanted it to do early on. So during this, I turned my attention away from VERU. I didn't like the setup. I didn't like anything for an entry. Then all of a sudden, Jim Cramer on CNBC comes on and says, I'm going to have VERU. The company came out with great news today. They got a lot of good stuff going on. I'm going to have the CEO on Mad Money later tonight, 6:30 p.m. Eastern. Make sure to join me. Catch that interview. It's going to be a great one. And the stock popped. The stock popped as soon as Jim Cramer said that, and the stock actually halted. So as soon as that happened, I said, oh, okay, here we go. Let me get VERU back up in focus here. That move there over VWAP, we got a trading halt. Maybe the stock is going to give us a nice little squeeze, because $10.25 was your previous all-time high. Okay, I'll go to the weekly chart just to show you guys the previous all-time high. There it is. It's a double top right there at around, it's like 1015, 1020. There it was. There's your previous double top all-time high from 2013. Okay, so as I zoom this in, you can see we halted right there, right in front of that all-time high. So coming out of the halt, I'm looking to get long in front of trade line and VWAP, and you can see we pull in and we start to hold this VWAP area. We start to hold the trade line. It looks like we're going to get a nice little setup here, and I went ahead and I got long VERU right there. I'll take you guys over to my trade announcements. The timestamp, where are we at? Oh, I'm sorry. REPH was actually my first trade of the day. I'll get to that one in a second. Let's talk about the VERU though first. I'm long at $10.02. All right. So $10.02 was my entry at 1012. I'm long right there at 1002. Okay, $10, and that was actually this candle. So there I'm long at 1002. Looking to see if we can make new highs here. Okay, so making to see if we can make new, not only intraday highs, but also all-time highs. And I was looking for a move up towards 12. We did not quite get it. We broke down below, which was my support levels, which was VWAP and trade line, and I exited this position right there. I exited at $9.69. It's like a 3% loss on full position, 3% loss, but on full position. 1002 in, 969 out. And then you can see, guys, as soon as that level broke, this is what I mean about exiting your trades quickly. The whole reason why I'm long this trade is because of this support that's stepping in here, VWAP trade line. You can see VWAP was previously acting as resistance before Jim Cramer came out and started to talk about the stock. I'm looking for it now to act as an area of support. I'm looking to see if the stock can continue to climb higher. We did not. As soon as that support level broke, I exited my trade and took a loss. Okay, so there was the losing trade today on VERU. All right, so again, there's the entry, there's the stop loss. Okay, entry, stop loss. All right, so that's VERU. And then now we'll get over to REPH. All right, so VERU, like I said, that was my one losing trade today. I was 2 for 3. REPH was like a double, and then RUBY was the home run. So let's talk about REPH here first. Okay, here we have REPH. And what you will see here on REPH is we break through the initial morning high with heaviest volume of the entire day. Okay, heaviest volume of the entire day. When we break through that high, okay, I waited for a quick little pullback in to retest that initial morning high, and trade line and VWAP were sitting right here. And I got long on that pullback. Right inside of that tail is where I'm long at $3.88. Okay, the low of this tail is $3.85. I'm long right there at $3.88. We then start to push our way higher. We start to climb. I take a piece of profit off the table at $4.17. I believe is more. Let me see here. $4. Where's my timestamp? 10:03. Okay, so there's the first take profit right there at $4.17. Then my next take profit was at 10:45 at 429. So 10:45. Here we go. So here's my second take profit at $4.29. So here I'm in at 388. Took some at 417. Bulk of my position comes off at 429. Okay, just after 10:45 a.m. And now I'm down to 25% of my position, looking to see if we can get ourselves up to 450. And we ran out of steam. Okay, stock ran out of steam. We pulled ourselves back in. And then as we broke below that level, I got out the last piece of my position at, where is 372. 372. So here's the entry at 388. Took some at 417. Took bulk at 429. And then flat at 372. So that last piece of the position, okay, a small loss on the last piece. But again, profit on 75% of my position puts me well into the profit on that trade. So not a home run trade, but still pretty nice gains, just kind of adding to what was the home run trade of RUBY was the home run. Okay. Sorry guys, let me see here. James Earl Scones, I've been a member since April. Yes, I'm consistently profitable. It took me about 3 to 4 months to really start getting the hang of it, and I still have more to learn always. Nice. Way to go, James Earl Scones. Very nice. All right, so as I go back to the charts here, guys, so there you go. Okay, so that's the second trade of the day. All right, that's the second trade. Does anybody have any questions? I know I just kind of went through the two of those. Anybody have any questions about VERU or REPH specifically? Any questions about those two trades specifically, guys? Yes, it can have Grogu. The initial morning high could have wicks. Yes. I got general question. So, Steven, not general questions, guys. If you just have questions specifically about VERU or REPH. No? Okay. Will VERU continue to go up? I believe so. Will it continue tomorrow? I believe so. Okay, I believe so. All right. Now, guys, let's get into the home run trade. Let's get into the home run trade. Do I use trailing stop losses? Only if I'm walking away from my computer. Only if I'm walking away from my computer. Okay, guys, RUBY. This is the home run trade of the day. Okay, this is the home run trade of the day here. We have a couple different technical lessons that I'm going to cover with you guys on this trade. This is where I made the bulk of my money today. All right. What we're going to talk about here is identifying support coming out of a trading halt and how to determine when a support level is strong or weak. Okay. So first thing that we're going to talk about here is the stock halts right there. Starts to really get my attention as the stock finally actually started to get some volume. Prior to that, volume was extremely light. Volume was pretty light going into that. Then we have this increase in volume and the stock halts at the high of the day. When a stock halts, this is your time to do your homework, do your analysis, identify potential buying zones. When a stock comes out of a trading halt, the stock is going to move very, very quickly. You do not have time after the stock comes out of that halt to lollygag your way through an analysis, determine if you want to get long or if you want to get short or if you want to sit this one out. You don't have time to determine, well, how many shares do I want to buy? Well, where's my stop loss? Well, where's my profit targets? You do not have the time to go through that decision making once the stock opens for trade, because as you can see, the stock can go from $10 to $14 in a matter of minutes. Okay, when a stock halts, it's halting because it has very high volatility. Okay, a circuit breaker halt is going to trigger when a stock moves too far, too fast. Okay, it halts so it allows the market makers time to gather all their order flow, match that order flow, and set a price for that stock and be able to maintain that demand and supply that's coming into the markets all at once. It's volatility. So when the stock is halted, use that time. It's usually a couple of minutes. Use that time to conduct that analysis and determine where's your entry, where's your stop loss, where's your profit targets. That is what I do when the stock is currently halted. So at the moment when the stock was halted, I came on the microphone. I talked to my entire TGD family. My TGD family, comment in chat, please, to confirm everything that I'm saying right now. I came on the microphone while the stock was halted, verbatim, my words were, guys, look for a pullback into the $10 area. Watch for that level to be support. Why? Because we have the prior high, which just got broken to the upside. Okay, this was at the time the heaviest volume of the day. I'll pan this all the way over. There you guys can see. Look at this chart setup right now. This is by far the heaviest volume of the entire day, halted when we just broke through that previous high. And what you will see now is, as we're taking a look at this chart setup, that you have the 23.6 Fibonacci retracement level lines up dead even to the penny with that previous high, which also lines up with your trade line, and VWAP was sitting just underneath it. So I came on the microphone. I told everybody, guys, watch for a pullback to $10. If $10 holds, that is your entry. Watch for the stock to push up towards 12. That is verbatim what I said while the stock was halted, because we are identifying support levels while the stock is halted. Okay, so while the stock is halted, you want to look for areas where multiple support indicators are all converging on the same price point. In this scenario, it was right around that $10 level. As you can see, previous high of the day, we broke through the previous high of the day with the heaviest volume of the day. What do we know about that? When a stock breaks the high of the day with the heaviest volume of the day, the chances of that previous high becoming support increases. Then add on top of that some other support indicators like a 23.6 Fibonacci retracement level, like a trade line, and that further increases the chances of that level becoming support. So once we came out of that halt, what happens? Boop. Look at that. Look at that tail right down into that previous high. Guys, the previous high of the day was $9.89. When we came out of the halt, we went down to $9.85. Okay, right down in there. And right there, folks, is where I got long. Okay, right there is where I got long, right in front of the $10 level, just like we had planned, just like we talked about while the stock was currently halted. I'm long at $10.31 at 10:35 a.m. Okay, long at $10.31 right there. Now, that's lesson one. Lesson one, how to identify support levels coming out of a halt. Right there, we just went over how to do it. Now, I'm going to explain to you about how to identify strong support versus weak support. Okay, when you are looking at a potential support level, okay, this is why it is so important for you to do this analysis while the stock is halted, because I already know when the stock comes out of the halt, I'm looking for $10 to be support. That's what I'm looking for. Okay, so when it happens, I don't need to analyze, okay, where's my support? I'm already looking for support to be at 10. So now I'm looking for some type of confirmation. What can confirm for me that that level is in fact support? Now, this is where the lesson comes into play of strong support versus weak support. And when you have a strong support level, you will have a stock come down, test that level, and very quickly get off of it. The reason why the stock very quickly gets off of strong support levels is because if the support level is strong, buyers are going to jump on top of each other to try to buy the stock in front of the support level. That jumping on top of each other, that aggressive buying where bids just keep jumping over each other to try to suck up the liquidity, that's going to cause the price of the stock to move higher quickly. That is when you are going to get a tail put in like you see here. This is a picture perfect tail off of a support level. And that candle alone, this red candle, okay, that tail, that alone is my signal this stock is going higher. Okay, that tells me this stock is going higher because of that support level, that tail that came in right there off that $10 level. And yes, actually, Lenore asked a good question. Lenore says, did that selling volume concern you coming out of the halt? Yes, which is why I'm not just throwing a bid at $10, okay, just waiting for the stock to come down to fill me. I'm waiting to see that level hold, which is why I did not get filled until $10.31. I just market ordered myself in. We dropped to $9.85, heavy volume pressure, and we shot right back up over 10. Tried to get back below 10, couldn't. Then all of a sudden 10.15, 10.20, 10.25, and I just market ordered myself in. I got filled $10.31, and the stock just rips up to new highs and busts through 11. Okay, but now the difference here, okay, understand the strong support level, that price action versus a stock that would maybe come out of the halt and then do something like this. Okay, a stock that would maybe do something like this. Now, that is not a strong support level because the stock would be sitting on it. See how the stock would be sitting on the support level? It would sit on it, sit on it, sit on it. telling me that the buying pressure is not strong or aggressive enough to just push the stock higher quickly. The stock came down and sat on it. That's going to give you a signal of a less aggressive buying at that support level. Now, I didn't mean to delete those guys. I'm sorry. I'll just draw these back. I'm not going to fill them in. It takes too long. So let's say those are just sitting there, right? I'm not saying that if you see this, it's a bad trade setup. That's not what I'm saying. Okay. Because you will see many times support levels that sit like this, hold, and then they go. You will see that. Okay. But when you get this, that's your confirmation. That's your confirmation. Okay. That is your confirmation, guys. That is how you were able to identify a strong support level versus a weaker support level. The manner of which the stock gets off of that level, the faster and more aggressive. When you see a huge tail get put in like that, that is your sign that there's aggressive buying in front of $10. That confirms for me the support level, and then we get this beautiful extension move. Look at that beautiful move, guys. So again, I'm long there at $10.31, and we just start peeling profits off the table as the stock just extends higher, guys. And my final take profit, let me pull up my trade announcements. Final take, okay, so I'm long at 1031. I took some profit 1110, 1160, 1205. Final take profit 1295 for a 26% gain. Okay, 1295, guys, my final take profit right there. All right, so here are my 4 take profits. Okay, there are my 4 take profits. This is an absolute beautiful trade. You'll see the volume continuously increasing as we extend higher. And it all goes back to doing the analysis while the stock was currently halted to identify that potential buying zone, and then identifying the strong support based on that price action and that tail to tell me that I'm going to get some follow through. And then we got a beautiful trade, guys. This is a home run. This was where I made the bulk of my profits. Satsai says, why do you take profit so quickly within 5 minutes? Satsai, this trade lasted 10:35. This trade lasted 13 minutes. This trade lasted 13 minutes. And why am I taking profits that quickly, Satsai? Because this is an extremely high volatile stock that has just moved 26% in 15 minutes. Therefore, I am taking my position, I'm taking my profits off the table, and I'm hightailing out of there. We also came up to an area of resistance on the weekly chart. You guys can go back here and you will see here at this $13.50 to $14 level, you will see a very clear, glaring level of resistance. There's previous resistance at the end of 2019. And then there you will see previous support in early 2019, mid 2019, and late 2018. You will see all of that prior support at that $13.50 to $14 level. So I want it to be flat, this position, before we got to that area, which is why I got flat at $12.95. And it's a pretty good thing I took profits when I did, Satsai, because the stock later did that. And if I not taken profits when I did, you'd be sitting in this trade, and then you would turn a winning trade into a losing trade. So I don't care if your profit target is reached in 3 seconds, 3 minutes, 3 hours, or 3 days. When your profit targets are met, you take profits off the table. Okay. Yep, Satsai, I did all that analysis while the stock was halted. And when you have seen a million different charts throughout a 16-year career, you do technical analysis pretty quickly. right, guys. Does anybody have any questions about that specifically? Does anybody have any questions about RUBY? Anybody have any questions about that trade specifically? No, I can't. No, I can't do it again. No, I can't do it again. Stop busting my balls, guys. All right, cool. All right, good. So no questions, guys, on that RUBY trade. Good stuff. Very good stuff. I don't flip flop. So someone said, why didn't you short it at that resistance level? I don't flip flop trades. So once I exit and I take my profits, I don't flip flop and then go short. I don't recommend that traders do that. I mean, have I done that before in the past? Yes, I have, but I'm certainly not going to short a stock with that kind of move. Just because it's resistance doesn't mean that I'm going to go ahead and short it. You guys have to realize that just because a stock is not a good long or does not make it a good short, or just because a stock is not a good short does not make it a good long. All right. Guys, real quick, before I move on, I'm not going to move on here. I'm not going to move on here from this moment on the live stream until we get to 500 likes. We've got about 900 people right now currently viewing this live right now across all of our different social media channels. We're streaming live on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch. I'm not going to continue, guys. I'm not going to move on until we get ourselves up to 500 likes on this video. Go ahead right now. Smash that like button, guys. Let me know how much you appreciate the time, energy, and effort that I put into all of these live streams on a daily basis. Show me how much you guys appreciate it by smashing that like button. Turn that thumb blue. Nice, Rory. Hell yeah, man. Rory just signed up. All right. Guys, let's go. Smash that like button, guys. We still got about 80 more to go. I'm not going to continue, guys, until we go ahead and get me up to 500 likes on this video, guys. I'll tell you what, if you guys don't get me to 500 likes, I'm not going to do these anymore. I'm not going to, I don't, believe me, I'd rather, there's other things that I could be doing besides doing these lives on a daily basis for you guys. You guys got to smash that like button. Let me know how much you appreciate the time, energy, and effort that goes into these every single night. Let's go, guys. Smash that like button. We're almost there. I want to get us up to 500 likes. We are on fuego. We're on fire here this month, guys. We're finishing out what has been a banner year in 2020 with a banner month. We had a huge week last week, GLSI, SLS. We come back today. We start the week off hot again with RUBY. We're really racking up some pretty solid gains here, guys. It's really important you guys start to get your butts in chat, make time for it, make time to go through the courses, get yourself that education so you're better prepared to be able to profit from the action during the day, because it seems like almost on a daily basis now we're ripping 20, 30% gains out of these small caps. Ever since that GLSI short squeeze, we've been hitting some home runs after home run after home run, guys. Go ahead, guys, smash that like button. We got about 15 more to go. Almost there, guys. Almost there. I'm not moving forward. I'm not moving forward until we get 500 likes. Nine more to go. We're almost there. 5 more. One more. And there it is, 502. There it is, 500 likes, guys. Thank you very much for getting me to that 500 like mark. It really lets me know how much you guys appreciate these lives that I do here on a daily basis. Guys, real quick, let's do a little roll call real quick. You guys just smash that like button for me. Now I want to see how many of you that are on this live are not members of True Trading Groups. Okay, how many of you are not members of True Trading Group? Go ahead and type the letters TTG in chat right now if you are not a member of True Trading Group. Not yet. Chris Connolly, I like your style. Not yet. We got Bubbalicious, John O'Donnell, Shay Shay, Joe, Mario, Sack, Vikas, Randall, Ibrahim, Jaro, Nash, Julio, John Mooney, Adam Bashir. Nice. Rich De Silva just joined tonight. Rich, welcome to the family. Quasi Wallace, Silver Tiger, Bill Seats, Satsai, Donald Holt, Niket Gar, Abina Esteban, T. Sering, Abhishek, Boston Bitcoin Company. Ricky says not yet. I like it. LJ Brown says not yet. Soon, Christmas present to myself. Valerie Joseph. That's a beautiful Christmas gift to yourself. Anish just joined today. Anish, welcome to the family. Floyd Brooks. Not yet. Soon, Mikey, says William Santiago. I look forward to it, man. I'm here. I'm ready when you are, guys. I am ready when you are. Mark Storch. Guys, I am ready when you are. Okay. For those of you that are not yet members of True Trading Group, let me just explain to you guys what you are gaining access to when you do join the family full time. There's a lot of you right now that have said, not yet, not yet. We have a couple of people that have said, how much is it? I like what I see. How much is it? Is it too costly? Jeremy just joined today. Jeremy, welcome. Bunty from Twitter says, I'm coming soon. Yes, guys, I am ready when you are. Okay. I will be here ready when you are. Okay, when you guys are ready to get a professional education and become consistently profitable traders, I am ready to walk you through that process every step of the way. Let me explain when you guys do join the family full time, what you're actually getting access to, because TTG, guys, we're not just like an alert service or a chat room. We do obviously have a live trading chat room. We do obviously issue real-time trade alerts, but we're a lot more than that. Okay, we take the top premium trading tools, products, and resources, and we bundle them together as part of your TTG membership. We have a Benzinga Pro real-time news feed right in our chat room that gives you breaking up to the second news alerts right there in our chat. We do not need some third-party service. Like a lot of people ask me, like, where do you get your news from? Right in our chat room, guys. It's a Benzinga Pro news feed. It's crucial to get breaking up to the second news alerts. We get that right in chat with that service. We also have a Squawk Box feature that allows you to actually listen to the news instead of read the headline. If you're you want to turn on your speakers and turn that Squawk Box feature, someone will actually read the news headlines to you as they come across the wire. Okay, we also have real-time level 1, full book level 2, real-time options data included in your membership. We have a trade simulator that lets you trade stocks and options with fake money. You can practice implementing what you're learning in the courses, implement it on the simulator. We have a trade ideas real-time preset scanner streamed directly to our members that show you stocks that are making new high of the day, having increases in volume that are your leading gainers on the day. We've got a TradingView Pro charting software with real-time streaming data. That is included in your membership. You guys are getting at least a minimum 10 easy to follow real-time actionable trade alerts per week from a community of professional traders with a 79% win rate, which means that 79% of the time that myself or a moderator calls out a trade alert in chat, it is a profitable one. You also get access to our entire TTG curriculum when you become a member. There are no upsells in True Trading Group ever. You pay one price, you get access to everything that we have. All of our courses. There are no like VIP courses and then extra special courses that cost more money. Everything is included with your membership when you guys sign up. That includes a 15-course curriculum that I wrote myself that is a simplified version of the education that I received while working at the hedge fund. When I worked at the hedge fund, it was my first job right out of college. I had to go through a 3-month educational training program before they let me trade $1 of the hedge fund's money. I have since taken that education, I've simplified it, and I've created the TGD courses. We have beginner courses, advanced courses, option courses, trader psychology courses, swing trading courses, you name it, we've got it. You get access to all of them when you join True Trading Group. You're also going to get over 90 hours of additional educational video content in our video library. Now, the courses are in text and video format. On top of that, it's 90 hours of a video library, which are recorded workshops and webinars that myself and the other moderators in chat have conducted over the course of the last, year or two of covering different various trading topics. Okay, so you will have access to that entire video library. That's additional educational video content. And as a full-time member, you can start attending those workshops and webinars live. You can interact with the moderator. You can interact with members. You can ask questions, as well as being able to ask questions live in our chat room. You're getting direct access to us, guys. Okay, because in our chat room, you have the ability to send me and the other moderators direct messages. You guys all ask me questions. Mike, what do you think about VERU? Mike, what do you think about NIO? Mike, what do you think about Tesla? Mike, what do you think about Zoom? Ask me during the day while the market's open. Ask my opinion. Mike, you think this is a good long? You think it's a good short? Should I hold? Should I sell? Ask me during the day so you guys can actually act on the advice and the guidance that I give you. Okay, so with a regular membership, guys, to True Trading Group, it's a 1-year all-inclusive membership. Normally, that would cost you $2,048 for the year, normally. But tonight, on this live stream, up until midnight tonight, you can use coupon code TTG1220 to get a 41% discount. That brings the price of a membership all the way down to $1,190. Okay, so what would normally cost $2,048, tonight with this coupon code TTG1220, you can get a 1-year all-inclusive membership for only $1,190. This is our holiday sale. Okay, this is our holiday sale. You are not going to get an opportunity to buy a membership to True Trading Group for less than $11.90 right here, right now on this live stream. Why? Because tomorrow the price of the membership is going up. Every 24-hour period in the month of December, the price of our membership goes up by a couple of bucks. And then come January 1st, we are raising our prices in general. So you're probably going to be looking at maybe a $14.97 price point with coupon codes starting next year. So right now, you want to lock in this $11.90 price point before the price jumps to $14.97 in January and before the price goes up tomorrow. So tomorrow, price is going up. Every 24-hour period for the rest of the month, the price is going up. Do not wait until the end of the month thinking you're going to get a better holiday sale. You are not. This will be the cheapest price. You're going to be able to get access to a 1-year all-inclusive membership to True Trading Group. Lock this price in now. The price you lock in here today, if you pay $11.90 today, that's also the price you will renew your membership at next year when it comes time for your renewal. Anyone that signs up here tonight, guys, on this live stream is also going to get included, get this, a free Amazon Kindle Fire HD tablet, which is the perfect tool to keep you connected on the go, to be able to follow along with our trade alerts, learn, go through the courses, be connected in chat, because you will get access to our mobile app as a full-time member. We have a mobile app downloadable on Android, iPhone. You guys can connect it, be on right there on your tablet, where even if you're not in front of your computer, you can actually still be in chat, where you can actually view our screen share and listen to the audio analysis, because live during the day in our chat room, I share my screen with you. The other moderators share their screen. You can choose which moderator screen you want to look at. You see exactly what I'm looking at. And I'm also on the microphone, as well as all the other moderators are on the microphone telling you what we see, what we're doing, what we think is going to happen, what I like, what I don't like, where I'm buying, where I'm selling. I will tell you what I'm doing before I actually do it every single trade that I make. And then once my order executes, you get a push notification right there in chat. So for all of you that work full-time jobs, don't worry about it. That mobile app is going to be able to help you stay connected in our chat room and follow along with what it is that we're trading, even if you are not able to be in front of your computer all day long. Okay. Now, everything that I just explained to you, you get included with your membership. Let me explain to you guys kind of the value of what you're getting, because the Benzinga newsfeed and that Squawk Box feature alone that I told you about, if you went to Benzinga on your own to purchase that service, you are going to pay $1,188 for the year for that service alone. That is included with your membership tonight, and you can pay $11.90 for a 1-year membership, which includes the Benzinga service, as well as everything else that I mentioned to you. The real-time level 1 and level 2 from a third party, that's going to cost you $990 for the year. A trade simulator would cost you $750 for the year. Our TradingView Pro charting software, that would cost you $720 for the year. That is a total of $3,648 in additional resources and tools that are included with your membership when you join with coupon code TTG1220. Okay. And I'm also going to even do you guys one better, because anyone here that is still on the fence, okay, anyone here that is still on the fence, I'm going to make you an offer here tonight to show you guys how much that I believe in TTG and how confident I am that this can and will work for you. Here's what I'm willing to offer for you. Anyone that takes advantage of this coupon code tonight, TTG1220, by midnight, which means you have 1 hour and 49 minutes left to do so. Anyone that takes advantage of this coupon code tonight before midnight, you're going to get that free Amazon Kindle Fire. You're going to get the 41% discount, but you're also going to get a money back guarantee. Yes, you heard me correctly. Do these 3 things. Go through all of our courses, get an 85 or higher on the quizzes that are at the end of the courses, and do a one-on-one with one of our pro moderators. Do those 3 things, okay? If you still do not make back the $1,190 at least once throughout the course of your membership, I'm going to give you all of your money back. That is a complete, total money back guarantee. Do those 3 things, okay? Do a one-on-one with one of our pro moderators, which is included with anyone who signs up with coupon code TTG1220 tonight. Go through all of our courses and score an 85 or higher on the quizzes that are included, that are at the end of all of our courses. Do those 3 things. Really put in some effort. And if you do not make that $1190 back at least once throughout the course of the year of your membership, I'm going to give you all your money back. I have just guaranteed your membership cost. So now you have nothing to lose except the opportunity to become a consistently profitable trader. That's what you're giving up. All of you that typed in before, like, what are your goals? Okay, earn extra income, take a dream vacation, retire early, buy a house, pay off my student loans. All of you that typed in your goals, that's what you're giving up, because you're not giving up your $1190. I've just guaranteed that membership fee. The reason why I can do this, guys, is because I know the education works. This is the same education that I got when I worked at a hedge fund. It's what made me the trader that I am today. It is the same education that I teach all my TTG members, which has resulted in 80% of our TTG members are making 7 to 10 times their membership fee back within the first 6 months of their membership. 30% are doing it within the first 30 days. That is how I can offer you this money back guarantee, because I see the success. If this is not a secret, this is not some special thing I found out, trading in my mother's basement. I say that all the time. I was taught this. I didn't figure this out on my own. I was taught by professional traders. I teach you the same thing that they taught me, the same thing that I teach my current TTG members, that has allowed 80% of them to make 7 to 10 times their membership fee within the first 6 months, which means that if you took $1,190 and invested it in yourself right now, got a professional education, got all access to all the courses, got access to a free one-on-one, we're able to go through and use all of those $3,600 of resources and tools that are included in your membership. If you are able to invest that in yourself right now, okay, you have an 80% chance of making $11,000 within the next 6 months. That's what that stat means. Okay, that is why I'm confident enough to offer you the money back guarantee. If I didn't think you guys were going to succeed at this, I wouldn't offer you a money back guarantee. If I didn't believe that this education can make you money, I would not offer you this. Okay. And this is why I'm able to do this, because I see the success that my members are having. I see that the education, what it is doing for them. And that's why I'm able to do this. Okay. So guys, again, take advantage of this coupon code TTG1220. The price is going up at midnight tonight. The price is going up by a couple bucks every day until the end of the year. And then we have a significant price jump in January. Okay, so take advantage of the coupon code, guys. Get that free Amazon Kindle Fire HD. Get that 41% discount. Get that money back guarantee. And it's about time you guys helped start actually achieving those goals instead of just continuing to dream about them. Okay. Anyone that is still unsure about, if they want to join TTG full time, like Mike, this all sounds great. You're awesome, but I'm really still unsure. We do have a 7-day trial. Okay. We do have a 7-day trial, guys. That is just a one-time payment of $3. It's not reoccurring. It is a one-time payment of $3. It's less than a cup of coffee. It's going to give you access to our member dashboard for 7 days. You're going to see the resources and tools that are available to you as a full-time member. You're also going to get access to our stock profile tool, which is our due diligence companion, which allows you to enter a ticker symbol you're interested in, get a downloadable PDF report. That includes general information about the company, news, SEC filings, insider transactions, analyst ratings. All of that's going to be in that downloadable PDF report for you. You can do it for 100 different stocks if you want. That can help you make your investment and trading decisions. You're also going to get our daily premium watch list from our trial, which is going to show you the list of stocks that we are watching on the day and how we plan on profiting from those stocks, where we're buying, where we're selling, give you our game plan on those stocks. That's our daily premium watch list. You will also get access to 3 sample courses in our trial. Okay, 3 sample courses that I wrote specifically for the trial that are guaranteed to make you guys better traders. Whether you never traded a stock a day in your life, or you've been doing this for 10 plus years, I guarantee you these courses are going to help make you a better trader. These courses alone are probably worth a few $100, but they're included in your trial for just $3. Okay, when you go to ttgthree.com. Again, that is ttgthree.com. Okay, for our 7-day trial. You will also get with the trial 3-day access into our trading chat room to trade with us live. Okay, so to trade with us live, you're going to get 3 days in our chat room, guys. Like I said, this is where you're going to see our screen share. You're going to be able to listen to us on the microphone. I'm giving the audio analysis. You're going to give you real-time push notifications. You're going to be able to use that Benzinga newsfeed, use that Squawk Box feature. All of that is going to be available to you guys when you sign up for our 7-day trial. And for that, you can go right there at the bottom of your screen to ttgthree.com for our 7-day trial. Okay, for our 7-day trial. All right. You can upgrade to a full membership at any time during your trial, but you're under no obligation to do so. Okay, you're under no obligation to do so. But I would, reiterate this to you guys that I can't guarantee you that $11.90 price point. You're not going to get the Amazon Kindle Fire HD tablet for free. And I can't guarantee you the money back guarantee if you guys go through the trial. The money back guarantee, the 41% discount for the $11.90 price point, and the free Amazon Kindle Fire HD tablet are for those people that are ready to take the step. They're ready to invest in themselves, that are ready to make a change. Stop trying to figure out gimmicks and stop watching endless videos and reading endless books without ever really truly learning. Get a professional education, the same education you would get if you went through a training program on Wall Street, and figure out how to become a consistently profitable trader. Use coupon code TTG1220 right here, right now, before the price goes up tomorrow. Okay, before the price goes up tomorrow. That free Amazon Kindle Fire, guys, that is my gift to you. We are even going to cover the shipping. And then, like I said, guys, take advantage of that money back guarantee. Do those 3 things. Go through the courses, get an 85 or higher on the quizzes, do your one-on-one. If you still don't make that $11.90 back, I'm going to give you all your money back within the course of your membership. Okay, that's how much I believe in the True Trading Group program. That's how much I believe that this can and will work for you, because I see the success that my members are having. 80% are making 7 to 10 times their membership fee back in the first 6 months. So that's it here tonight, guys, on this live. I appreciate you all joining me here tonight. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you guys learned something on that RUBY trade. We talked about how to identify support levels coming out of a halt. We talked about how to identify strong support versus weak support. I hope you guys took some notes. I hope you can implement it in your trading tomorrow. I will see you all in chat. Make sure you get your butts in chat with me tomorrow. We are on fire. Okay, as the thumbnail would suggest, an NBA Jam reference. If you guys don't get that, I'm sorry, we can't be friends. Okay, but like I said, we are on fire. Get your butts in chat. We'll see what pops off tomorrow, where we're going to make some money. VERU still on deck. One of the main stocks I'll be looking at to trade tomorrow. Thank you guys for joining me on this live stream. Subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. Smash that like button, and of course, turn on those notifications. Make sure you guys never miss out on another one of these live streams. I'll see you guys in chat tomorrow.